Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Rundown, where we talk about 2A news and conservative views. I will be your host today, Craig DeLuz, coming at you from the West Coast, the left coast, behind the Iron Curtain, otherwise known as the Sears. But as we all know, I do not do this program by myself.
That's right. My name is Mike Piwowarski, coming to you live from the East Coast. That's the coast with the most, from the co-host with the most, here on the Rundown. 2A views, conservative news, and Craig, thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Thank God it's
That's right, sir. Thank God it is Friday. How are things starting off for you so far?
Not too bad. Coming to you from the back offices of Lion Arms today. The studio has got some reconstruction going on in it right now, so we're here in the back office. So we should hopefully we'll get the sole proprietor here, Magnet, to be able to join us here in a few minutes. So
Doing
good.
Be phenomenal. We'd love to have Magnet. Magnet's always fun to have on the program.
How are things going there? How's Friday going in California?
Well, Friday's going quite well. Been a very productive day. Got you can see I'm kind of gussied up because I got a little campaign thingy I got to go to after we break. So still got a little bit of work left to do, but it's all for the peoples.
From what the folks can see here on video, you're wearing a plaid shirt and a black vest. I can only assume you're going to put a bolo on, and you're already wearing a cowboy belt with the big cowboy belt.
I'm just looking kind of stylish, vests are back in right now, so.
Yeah, especially if you work at Walmart. Yeah.
Especially if you work at Walmart. Well, it's not a blue vest, so therefore it's not a Walmart vest. But hey, gotcha. Nonetheless, hey, if I were wearing a Walmart vest, I would at least resemble the people.
I can give you a tip. You mentioned that we went there. I'm a firearms instructor, law enforcement, military firearms instructor, right? What do instructors wear? Red shirts, right? Instructors wear red shirts, polo shirts, and most of the time we wear khaki tack pants, right? After you've done doing your firearm instructor duties today, don't hang out at Target. Otherwise, people will ask you questions all day long.
Dude, I have actually been in Target once again with the khakis and the red shirt, and just have these random people ask me stuff, and I'm like, do I look like I? Yeah, okay, it's over on aisle 5.
That's it. Yeah. I'll take you there. I know where it is.
I don't know what's on aisle 5, but that's where I'm sending them.
We're going there. Yep. Exactly.
Good stuff. Any special plans for the weekend?
Well, it's Oktoberfest, and I've got, hold on, my Oktoberfest buddy here to say hi. Let's let him squeeze in. So,
Magnet!
What's up, everyone?
What's going on, sir? Okay, you got to use your grown man voice now, Magnet.
Oh, it's our favorite time of the year. It's Oktoberfest.
There you go. Gotta love the opportunity to eat some German food and drink some German beer.
Oh, that's right. There's food there too, isn't there?
Yes, Michael, there is food there. You're supposed to be consumed with the beer.
Well, you know my theory, Craig. I can't eat on an empty stomach. I believe that you should put alcohol in there first, cushion. That way when the food drops in, it's got splashdown, doesn't hurt the bottom of your stomach. And if you put alcohol in there, then if you start eating nachos later, they can still penetrate and hit the bottom of your stomach, but the alcohol will numb the pain. So you're good to go.
There you go. So, folks, just so you know, that's a health tip from a medical professional.
I am a licensed physician assistant in the Philippines. Yes, I am.
In the Philippines. By whom?
Yes. The Sweetwater Institute of Leg Shaving and Sensitivity Salon in Quezon City.
Just so y'all know, he got credentials. If he were actually in his office, you would see his certificate on the wall.
Yeah, you would. You would. Yeah, it would. it wouldn't be legible. It's in Tagalog, but it would be on the wall. Yeah,
But it would be there.
yeah.
I've seen it. It's a little dusty.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, hey, before we get into today's program, and it's about that time for us to get started, let's go ahead and give a quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, first, let's start off with our host today for Lion Arms. That's lionarmsusa.com, lionarmsusa.com. You go there, find what you want, and you give them a call here, and they're going to give you 20% off whatever you desire, right? 20%. That's the weekend special for Oktoberfest. That's the Oktoberfest special going on at lionarmsusa.com. Hitman Industries, hitmanindustries.net. If you got an AR the past 5 years, you probably got the barrels, don't even know it. Well, now you can buy from them factory direct. You can get the barrel for your next AR build or rebarrel your current AR rifle. That's hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly fighting the good fight behind enemy lines. Now you can take part in California's future today. Check out the California 6th congressional race while you're there. You want the best in concealed tactical holsters on the market? Get on over to Hog Holsters. That's HAWGholsters.com. Use the discount code The Rundown. That's all one word, no spaces, no caps. All one word, no spaces. Yeah, there we go. And it's a discount code. Get a nice little discount. And if you're going outdoors, going to get tactical, you're going fishing, hunting, hiking, whatever it is, you can get everything but the gun at uscombatgear.com.
Hey, folks, you guys just heard Mike real quick mention the 6th congressional district race. You know, you may or may not know, I am running for Congress here in California in a district that is a purple district. I have a chance to really win this district, but I need your help. I need your support. Obviously, running for office ain't free. And if you've seen the mess that's been going on in Washington, D.C., then you know that they need me. So do me a favor, go to CraigDeLuz.com. That's CraigDeLuz.com. Doesn't matter where in the country you are. You can contribute, you can donate, and encourage your friends to do the same. Hook a brother up. Send a brother to Washington. Let's make sure that we get some what I like to call uncommon sense in Washington, D.C., because as we've seen lately, common sense is not that common.
Oh, absolutely not. Hey, maybe there's a shot you being speaker.
You know, there may be a shot, although not under the rules that McCarthy was. I'm sorry. If only one person had to stand up and say, you're out of here, I think out of 217 people, I'm going to piss off at least one.
You know, maybe he shouldn't have agreed to that rule. You know, that's all I'm saying.
There you go. Should have agreed to that rule, but he did. And, well, now he's enjoying his time not being speaker.
Remember, one person didn't kick him out, but he gave one person the right to call for the vote.
Exactly. But, you know, honestly, between you and I don't think anybody, whoever the next speaker is, has to make sure that rule is not in place, because you just can't govern like that.
Yeah.
I get if you say a minority, maybe you say 25%, 50%, but you can't do it if only one person can call for you to get the boot.
I know if you read the backstory on it, do you know Kevin McCarthy went to somebody for advice to see if he should include that rule in the agreement? Do you know who he went to for that advice?
He went to Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. Yep.
He trusted Nancy Pelosi because, as Nancy Pelosi told him, well, you know what? We gave that we told Dennis Hastert we would support him like that. We told John Boehner we would support him like that. They needed if it became an issue, so it shouldn't be a problem. The reality was, I don't know if she lied, but because here's the thing, I'll bet she told them the same thing. They just were smart enough not to believe her.
Correct. There you go.
Sorry, Kevin. It is what it is.
Bye-bye.
Anyway, moving right along to our first story of the day. This is one that I have to tell you, I wish I could say that I was surprised. Now, Planned Parenthood is known for, they're known for providing, abortion. They're the nation's largest, if not the world's largest abortion provider, from, the pill all the way up to late-term abortions. They spend a lot of money, millions of dollars, in order to help elect candidates to office who are all about killing the babies. Well, I didn't realize that they were actually also into the sex change business. And there is a report that is out that basically points out that Planned Parenthood is providing cross-sex hormones to teenagers after 30-minute consultations. That's right. It's saying here that after 30-minute consult, they are basically changing their sex. It says here, abortion giant Planned Parenthood has increasingly been providing what the left calls gender-affirming care. I prefer, Mike, to refer to it as pediatric sex trait modification, because that's technically what it is. Anyway, for people who believe they are transgender. And in case of at least one teen, the clinic allegedly supplied him with sex change hormones after a 30-minute consultation. The Washington Free Beacon reported this week. The teen, whose parents asked the publication to call Fred, is an 18-year-old high school student in New Jersey who was diagnosed with autism at age 4 and struggled with anxiety and depression as he got older. According to the report, reporter Aaron Sibarium, there we go, noted that like many individuals on the autism spectrum, Fred cycles through obsessions and extreme views. Now, Mike, you and I have already had this conversation about what some of the dangers are in these cases because, once again, in many cases, these are kids who are already dealing with some mental health challenges. They're having trouble fitting in. And what's happening is they're going in the schools and the entertainment, and everybody's telling them, well, if you're transgender and you come out, you're so brave, and we're going to love on you and respect you and protect you. And that's what a lot of these kids want. So here you have a kid on the spectrum who's looking for that. And, well, he went to Planned Parenthood. In 30 minutes, he found it.
Yeah, and listen, he is 18, but I'll bet you a paycheck on a box of Krispy Kremes that his parents are his legal guardians because of his autism disorder. So he's probably not, an adjudicated adult. He is probably, the award of his parents as well. At this point, and you're right. They function, depending on where they are on the spectrum, on a younger age scale. So if you offer them, reward and praise, they'll tell you they're a dinosaur. That I'm a dinosaur now. I'm a dinosaur, and they'll give it to you. So this is just New Jersey doing what New Jersey does, right? Breaking the rules, and they don't care. And I'll tell you, Craig, my belief, the reason Planned Parenthood is in this business is because if we start doing sex changes, well, they can't have babies.
Well, there you go. That's it right there. But once again, these folks operate. Once again, these are the same progressives that are like the progressives from the early 1900s who their goal is to undermine society, to undermine society's institutions. And if they can undermine the family, if they can undermine now, in this case, human sexuality, well, then that basically undermines the family. Their goal is to once again bring about the utopia that they believe that will somehow manifest once the entire structure of society crumbles. The one that Castro wasn't able to make happen, Hugo Chavez, Stalin, Lenin, Mussolini, Mao, but somehow Planned Parenthood is smart enough to figure it out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's got nothing to do with money, nothing at all. So,
all right, so basically, what I'm saying is, Magnet, if you're in need of some trans hormones operations, Planned Parenthood is the place to go.
I'll make sure I said the rundown sent me.
There you go.
Oh, good stuff.
We go to the sex talk. That's all. Yeah.
just needs the sex talk. There we go.
It's just another company or whatever you want to call it pushing that agenda on us.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Well, and the problem is that the people who are running these companies, they're the ones who are coming from the Yales, the Harvards, the Stanfords. They're the ones that the Ivy League institutions where a lot of this stuff has been hiding for the last 50 to 100 years. It was just, the progressivism, the socialism, and the Marxism. It didn't become cultural Marxism until around the 60s and 70s. And it took them that long to actually whip it into or mold it into an academic thing that they can push out, where they can target minorities. That's what the whole DEI and that's what the whole DEI thing is. Blacks. That's what the critical race theory is. Gender theory, queer theory, new modern feminist theory, all of that stuff, social justice theory, is all basically, it's modern day cultural Marxism. That's what it all is.
They tried that same theory at Bud Light too. How'd that work out for them?
Oh, and Target. Let's not forget Target. And Disney is on their way out. I mean, I was just reading a poll. It's something like 65% of Republicans Republicans have a negative view of Disney. Now, maybe it's just me, but if the Democrats are all, having their thing chopped off and changing their genders and sleeping with people of the same sex, they're not having as much they're not having as many kids, or by the way, and killing their babies. They're not having as many kids as conservatives are. So,
Craig,
who do they think is buying their product, or was?
They don't need to worry about the Democrat children, Craig, because they're bringing in Democrat adults across the border at the rate of 2 million a month. It's okay.
Well, but the problem is most of those that they're bringing across the border are not going to be Democrats, because they're like, no, you are not transing my kid. I thank you very much for letting me come in, but no, you will not trans my kids.
That's a horrible Mexican accent. Yeah.
No, that was an Indian accent, because people are coming from all over the world.
You threw okay.
Look, 800 different countries are coming across our southern border.
800. There you go.
You can do Russians are coming across. I will cross there in Texas.
Texas. 800 countries coming across southern border. Did you get that from Kamala Harris's Borders Are page?
No, but it's not. My point is, it's not just Mexicans. There literally are people coming from countries from all over the world, because they realize, I don't have to go through regular immigration. I just got to get to Mexico and then just walk across the border.
That's it.
Now, the majority of them are coming from Central and South America. That Mexico. I acknowledge. But they ain't the only ones.
Gotcha.
Come on now, man. Give me more credit to that. I am in California. I think I can do a Mexican accent.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like?
Are you daring me? Are you daring a congressional candidate to do a Mexican accent? That'll be a no.
I figure you do more cholo than anything else. So.
Órale, vato.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, moving right along.
Yeah.
Discharged troops. Okay, so this was one that, on first glance, I thought, wow, is that it? But then I really thought about it, and I realized why it is. So Breitbart is reporting that of the troops, and you know that there were about 8,000 troops that were discharged from the military for refusing to take the vaccine, for refusing to take the shot. Well, according to Breitbart, they're saying right now only about 43, not 43%, not 4,300, but 43 out of 8,000 troops discharged over Biden's military vaccine mandate have sought to rejoin. It says here, according to the report, 19 have joined the Army, 12 have joined the Marine Corps, 1 has joined the Air Force, and 2 have rejoined the Navy. The report suggests that low numbers prove that Republicans who say the mandate hurt recruiting and retention were wrong. However, some troops who fought the mandate while they were in the military told Breitbart News they disagree. Retired Air Force Master Sergeant Nick Cupper, who recently retired after successfully fighting his discharge, told Breitbart News that troops are not seeking to rejoin because they feel betrayed. And that was the point. My main point behind it was, look, these guys got the boot. They stepped up and wanted to serve their country, put their lives on the line for a country that said, if you do not take this shot, one that as a healthy young person you really don't need, well, then you should lose your job. And why would they want to come back? They've already made plans. They've already started moving on with their lives. Why would they want to come back to an employer that has disrespected them like that?
You're exactly right. And that's the reason why when you talk to the vets and you talk to these people out there, like you said, there's 8,000 that were processed out with another 11, 12,000 that were pending before the hold got put in place. Only 43 have volunteered to come back. And I bet you, Craig, those 43 are probably people in their 16th or 17th or 18th year that got denied their retirement. So they're going to come back, finish out that retirement for that last couple of years, and then they'll be done with it. And I think you're going to see a lot of this 8,000 return after crossing the fingers, right after the new administration comes in.
Well, but the only problem with that is that just because a new administration comes in doesn't mean that the hierarchy in the military will change. I mean, let's be honest. Milley was there well before Joe Biden, and the other folks that are there pushing the stuff will be there well after. And while I give Donald Trump some credit, he stood up and stopped a lot of this stuff. All it's going to take is another Democrat, and next thing you know, they're moving forward with it again. Like I guess a lot of this stuff started under the Obama administration.
Well, what do you think we have going on here? We've got Obama Part 2.
Right. Well, anyway, I think that there are too many people out there who are making decisions about the military who know nothing about the military. I don't claim to know anything about the military because I didn't serve in the military. But I think if you talk to the people who are serving, if you talk to the people who are on the ground, not the politicians, but the people who are actually serving, I think you'll find that most of them are not happy with a lot of this stuff. They want to go do some soldiering. They don't want to do all this mess.
Right. So just to give you the military point of view, right? The military, we want it run by civilians. We want a Secretary of Defense. We want a Commander in Chief. We want Secretary of the branches. We want civilians in charge of that. As a citizen, I want that, because if you end up with just a military that answers to nobody but the military, at some point you're going to end up with a coup and a dictatorship because they think they know better. And maybe they do. Like right now, there's plenty of people in the military that know better than what's coming out of the White House. But it's not the way the Constitution is written, and I like the way it's written, that we report to civilians. Otherwise the world would be a perfect place. Right, but at the same time, it's important to let people who know what they're doing do what they're supposed to do. Your head on. You've got to go talk to the troops. You cannot exist in a vacuum as their leadership, as their civilian leadership, and that's what happened. You have to go talk to the military, the chiefs of staff, the sergeants major for each branch. You must speak to all of them and get your pulse on what's going on in the military. Well, and I think too often what happens is you get people sometimes in the uniform who are high up who get used to who become better politicians than soldiers. That's I think you always have to be wary of that, because I think when you're in the top echelons, you gotta be good at politics, but you can't be more politician than soldier. Just a quick brief history on that. Until Obama took office, generals got to be, get their stars by how good of an officer and how good of a soldier they were, or sailor, whatever it happened to be. It wasn't until the Clinton administration they started interviewing generals before promoting them, because they wanted to make sure they were of like political mind before giving them more stars. So, and every time a new president comes in, he spends 4 years, 8 years draining the general swamp to get all those useless past administration rules out of the way. That sucks. That does. And it makes for a great military, doesn't it? From the battalion level down, we shoot, move, and communicate. It's all that nonsense above where I would tell you, listen, if we had a 24-hour duty day, we had 36 hours worth of stuff to get done with all the additional requirements we had to do
Wow.
to meet the woke standard.
Woke standard. You should get. Matter of fact, you know what? There should be a medal, a woke medal.
Oh yeah, oh that'd be cool. Yeah, it's probably vegan. Probably vegan though.
It would probably be vegan.
Yeah.
All right. It probably made out of hemp.
There you go. There you go.
All right, we got a pistol brace ruling. Yes, right. Pistol brace ruling. Another 2A victory, shall we say. Let's see, right here. It says a federal judge blocks regulation of pistol braces as short barrel rifles for plaintiffs. After the U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals found that a challenge to the Biden administration's rule regulating pistol braces as short barrel rifles would likely prevail, a district judge entered orders enforcing the appeals court's findings, blocking any enforcement against the plaintiffs, their customers, or their families. The case styled Mock v. Garland was brought against the Department of Justice by the Firearms Policy Coalition, go FPC, to challenge the reclassification of popular pistol braces as SBRs, which are heavily regulated weapons under the National Firearms Act. That law requires extensive background checks, a $200 tax that in some cases takes over a year to pay, and carries additional restrictions on the firearm. Mike, I just once again, I keep wondering why folks keep fighting this stuff. We're going to start to see more and more victories like this taking place, and once again, this whole thing regarding the pistol braces. This is an executive overreach, and it's an executive overreach that violates our fundamental rights.
It does. And I brought Magnet in specifically for this story because I want to ask him some questions here in front of you in the audience. And I think this is the third ruling we've seen like this now, Craig, where we've seen injunction now granted, again, furthering the injunction. What's this mean, folks? This means if you're somebody out there and you're not the family of any of these people, you're not the company of these people, you're not the named plaintiff, then you wouldn't seem to get any of this benefit. But if you're a member of FPC, if you're a member of the Firearms Policy Coalition, this injunction applies to you. That means you can continue to have or reobtain, put back together your pistol brace, your AR with the pistol brace on it. So if you go to I think it's $30 is the minimum to get a 1-year membership or make your donation.
Yes, sir.
That piece of paper out, keep it with your pistol, just like you would if you had a Class 3 item. You keep that paper with it, and you're protected. It's ridiculous. It's ludicrous. And I'm going to ask right now, Magnet, what did this ruling taking away pistol braces do to the industry?
Oh, it killed it. It really did. I mean, besides Maximum Defense built their business around the brace and just halted everything. Everything I got, everybody was questioning, can we even have this? Can we do this? Can we do that? It just really put a stop to a lot of things.
Craig, even with this ruling, again, it's the third one now with the injunction. None of this applies to the FFLs, those federal firearms license dealers that build these firearms, because the ETF still has control over them and their licenses. So even though the citizen can now put this back on their rifle, guys like this that's sitting here with an FFL making his business on it are still being bound by the ATF not to have anything to do with it.
Well, and keep in mind, the goal of the Biden administration is to put guys like Magnet out of business. See, they realize they can't. We have a fundamental right to own a firearm, but we don't have a fundamental right to sell one.
Correct. Right?
That's their attitude. You have a fundamental right to firearm, but you don't have a fundamental right to ammunition. You have a fundamental right to a firearm, but according to them, you don't have a fundamental right to carry it out or possess it outside of your home.
That's what they've said over and over again.
Right. They said you can be safe in your home if you can find a firearm, the one that we want you to have.
That's right. Yep. The one-shot revolver.
Exactly. With no ammo.
Yeah. They just taxed you guys, right, in California?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty close to where we're at. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, they've banned the AR 3 times in California, and we still got them. So
Judge Saint Benitez.
See
there
what
you
the
go,
sound-
Saint Benitez.
Yep. Yep.
I play dominoes better than you do.
That's it. Pew pew pew.
Pew 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 pew. That is a good man. Like I said, what I really like about him is he follows the law. He follows the technology. Everything he writes is. It's funny because they call him an extremist, but I'm like, he literally cites the technology. When they were going over the AR, he had them bring in the AR and explain to them explain to him to have it on the record exactly how it works, so that in his decision he can cite the technology and whatnot.
Yep.
I've never seen a judge do that. And you know that most of them have no idea the way most of these firearms or whatnot work.
You're right. You're correct. We know that because of the shoulder thing that goes up.
Or when you hold it down here, it allows you to spray easier.
That's right. That's right. Exactly right.
Yeah, that's exactly how they referred to it. Okay, moving right along. Hillary Clinton has had another deplorables moment. In an interview, I believe it was with CNN. You know what? I'll let Hillary, instead of putting words in her mouth, I will let Hillary tell you in her own words what she thinks about conservatives or about supporters of Donald Trump.
Very strong partisans in both parties in the past, and we had very bitter battles over all kinds of things, gun control and climate change and the economy and taxes. But there wasn't this little tail of extremism wagging the dog of the Republican Party as it is today. Mm-hmm. And sadly, so many of those extremists, those MAGA extremists, take their marching orders from Donald Trump, who has no credibility left by any measure. He's only in it for himself. He's now defending himself in civil actions and criminal actions. And when do they break with him? Because at some point, maybe there needs to be a formal deprogramming of the cult members, but something needs to happen. And how do you?
So now we need to be deprogrammed.
Thanks, Craig. I just threw up 3 times. Maybe watch her.
I realize that it probably would have only been once if you only had to look at it, not actually listen to it.
Oh, it was just. Wait.
But I will say this. The funny part is, Mike, is that you do know that there has actually been like psychologists or psychiatrists have actually talked about there is actually a mania when it comes to Donald Trump and the hatred of Donald Trump. And now we've termed it Trump derangement syndrome, but there is actually a mental condition for those who so hate Trump the way she does.
Yeah, it's a Hillary-itis, I think, right? It's just.
Yeah, maybe she hates him so much.
Well, and by the way, I will say this.
Yeah.
There are definitely some folks who are part of the cult of Trump. There are, and I always say this. If you believe that Donald Trump can do no right or Donald Trump can do no wrong, then you're part of the problem. Most people I know, and most of the avid supporters of Donald Trump I know, are honest and recognize some of the challenges with him. But they're like, the goods so outweigh the bad that especially when it comes to the added bonus of how much it pisses off liberals, that they just love Donald Trump.
It's like grading with the curve, right? Like, he might only do 80% of what I want him to do, but when he makes them cry, he jumps back up to 100%.
When he makes them cry, he jumps right back up to 100%.
Yeah,
It's the same thing like with the liberals that think that Biden can do no wrong either, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. That's how that right there, how that stuff works. All right, folks, we're coming near the end, so let's go ahead and get on to our parting shots. Now, our parting shots are brought to you by Hog Holsters. Just go to hogholster.com, use discount code The Rundown, all caps, no spaces. Get your Hog Holster today. All right, we only got 2 of them today, and this first one here, this is representative of California, because California is, well, it is the home of the electric car. 70% of all electric cars that have sold in the United States are sold in the state of California. And you might wonder, as being such a big state, how does one drive a vehicle that only goes like 200 to 300 miles on a charge? How does one drive it from one end of the state to the other? Well, this guy right here has a solution.
Can we help him? I don't know. Maybe he just needs some gas or something. We have gas in it. We have a gas can.
Hey, bro.
Yo.
Need help?
Yeah, you don't mind helping me get some gas?
But I don't understand. You have a Tesla,
Right, yeah.
and you need gasoline.
Oh, yeah, so we can...
Where's the gas going to go? Show me.
So basically, it goes in here, and that plugs into there, and then you're good to go. It's a weird system.
My...
Yeah?
You're... I can't believe I actually helped a Tesla charge itself with gasoline. This is the...
in there.
All right, so that is what is referred to as an electric gas hybrid.
Yeah, there you go. That's a do-it-yourself kit right there.
There you go.
DIY.
Tesla needs to sell one of those with every single car that they sell.
Listen, if you don't own a generator dealership right next to a Tesla, then you're wrong. Tesla dealership, you're wrong. That's
Something's
$1 million
wrong with you. Something's wrong with you.
$1 million decision right there.
All right, so now this next one is this is in honor of you gentlemen, because you gentlemen are in Florida, but it's also in honor of me, because as a person who has visited Florida, I can attest to the fact that this is 100% true.
Floridians swear Florida summers are so bad. This is going to be a breeze. Congratulations. Congratulations for what? Because you just got jumped into the Florida life. Now all you need is your first hurricane party. Hurricane party?
It's so true.
Mike
So
and
right
I have
now-
talked several times, and one day I'm just going to have to just plan a day where I'm going to come out there. Because I imagine you know that the hurricanes are coming weeks out or days out. I'm going to have to just fly out there just for a hurricane party.
Yeah, the only thing you'll notice difference is that you're having a party and the news says there's a hurricane. Other than that, there's no difference. It's just,
But if you're having a party, why are you watching the news? So you know when the party's over?
no, you're laughing at them because you play drinking games. Like every time they do an interruption, you got to take a shot. Every time there's a new weather warning, you got to take a shot. Every time they tell you it's the end of the world, you got to take a shot.
I actually do a weather report on my Facebook. I go outside and see how beautiful it is outside when it's supposed to be hurricaning on us.
Oh wow, this is real world stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is real. They are not playing. I would just tell you right now, those of you in other parts of the country, they are not playing. They are deadly serious.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Good stuff. All right, well, before we wrap up today, we got one more thing we got to do, and you know what that is. We got to give that shout out to our sponsors.
That's right. First one, let's say good day and happy Thanksgiving, Oktoberfest season, Halloween, and everything else this year to all our friends at Lion Arms. LionArmsUSA.com, LionArmsUSA.com. You can go online, see what they want, give them a call, get 20% off for their Oktoberfest special. Tell them you saw it on down. Wait, there he is. Look, operators are standing by now. There you go. At Hitman Industries, that's hitmanindustries.net. You can get rifle and pistol caliber barrels in any length you want for your rifle and pistol builds. Now they have Glock barrels available. California Republican Assembly fighting a good fight behind enemy lines. Make sure you check out the California 6th congressional race. And if you're going outdoors, you're going to get all tactical, go down over to uscombatgear.com. You can get everything but the gun.
Folks, once again, take a moment, visit our sponsors. The links are in the description of this program. Check them out, spend some money with them, and make sure you tell them that it was the guys over at the Rundown that sent you. And with that, we're going to call it a day. We're going to call it a week. Hey, show's over, folks. We're going to have a good time. We're going to enjoy the rest of this weekend, and we hope that you do as well. We will be back on Monday. Fun day, gun day. We hope that you will join us. And if you don't, well, on you.
With the language on this one.
All right. Y'all take care. We'll see you later.